Hello and welcome to Cologne, Germany, where we're coming to you live for the EMS finals for the RaidCall. That's a mouthful. The summer finals for RaidCall. We'll try this all over again, and it's going to be a phenomenal day. We've got arguably the best teams in the world here. We've got wonderful Paul Redeye. We've got Melly, who you guys can be talking to shortly. We've got myself, who is here. And, of course, we've got Steel and we've got Threat. But somebody who needs no explanation is dear friend Pansy. Pansy, how are you doing today?
Pretty damn excited, to say the very least. It's, as you said, we have the best in the world here. I'm super pumped up for this.
So I have a little bit of secret here, and that is that basically the teams that are playing could arguably be what would say there's nothing better than this. Meaning, is this crowning a champion after the excitement of DreamHack?
Well, DreamHack, there was a team missing from DreamHack who you obviously could see doing quite well. So this is probably one of the first occasions we have all of the very top tier teams on a good playing ground with no other issues going head to head. So this really is going to be a defining moment for whoever gets to the final. And I daren't make a prediction because they're all that damn good right now.
Well, let's have a look at the bracket now. But I know that Very Games is one of the guys that actually sat this one out in order to prep, would you say?
Yeah, it's an interesting way to go about things, to be fair. They sat it out, as you said, and they've tried to come back strong, hopefully, for this event. So it's a curious choice. And I even had Paul tell me earlier, these guys are looking pretty good in practice. So there's someone to look out for. But yeah, obviously there's a lot of teams in here, and a lot of them are the very best. And I think everyone's wanted to see that Very Games up against LDLC match. Obviously that's not even happening yet. But if everything goes that way, that's the game I think a lot of people are going to be keeping their eyes on. Obviously with the Kenny S kind of deal going on there, that's certainly going to get the attention of a hell of a lot of people.
But so Fnatic obviously had strong group stages, so they're by no way going to be, let's say, stepping aside. They're going to be holding the flag up for Denmark. I mean, how do you see that first match taking place today?
Well, Fnatic are one of those teams that do have the ability to do it. They beat NIP in those group stages. They are a proven team. They had a little bit of a shaky kind of performance during DreamHack, but they're a bit of a hit and miss team. So every now and then they'll pull out a result that you just go, oh my god, they've just done it. But, it's all coming down to the day again. There's no weak teams. There's no, team that you think, oh, that'll be a walk in the park. Every game could go either way.
Well, you heard it right here. Each game is still wide open. Let's have a look at one of the first teams we're going to see today, which is LDLC, with this video. Let's have a look.
For the finals, we prepared with the bootcamp. 1 week, then we had DreamHack, and then we just tried to play like 3 or 4 times in a week before the EMS. We had to change a little bit the most important rounds. Like, as I said, pistol and fourth round, they are the most important.
Lovely flash, perfectly placed, and he's going to pick himself up 2 here. 3 for Happy. Exchanges, actually got tagged very heavily indeed. Will get finished off by Nilo in the end.
We didn't play really good for the first season. And now I think we fixed the mistakes and we switched Kenny S. So yeah, now we are more ready than season 1.
Online form like that, wow, maniac!
I think we have good chances to attend the final. I think top 2 would be a great performance for us. And of course, our big match would be against Very Games if we win against Fnatic. Everybody knows there is a big rivalry between Very Games and us for the best team in France. So that would be the greatest match for us, to play against Very Games and to beat them to go in the final.
Well, I have to say, the LDLC team does look pretty strong. And I mean, I know there's a lot of history with this Kenny S player, ex-Very Games, etc., but I mean, there's not going to be, let's say, like I said, no pushovers for him today. And Fnatic is definitely looking tough. Should we have a look at the video for Fnatic?
Sure.
Oh, nope, I'm getting the voice in my ears telling me we're first going to have a look at the team sheet of LDLC. Oh, wow. Let's check those guys out and see what the lineup looks like for today. So talk me through these guys. What do you think their approach is going to be?
Well, I'd say it's a new team, but it's not. These guys have been together for a while. They added in Kenny S at the right time, and they're performing so well. So you have the likes of Happy, an extremely good player. Apex as well. None of them are weak. They all have their own roles, and they're just so talented. It's unbelievable. The mixture of them, they're truly to be watched out for at the moment, especially now they're on form.
Well, let's have a look at a video now taking over the Fnatic team.
lost our luggage, or Air Berlin did, once again. Like last time we were here in Germany, unfortunately.
I think the way we lost our baggage will affect us in a way that we're stressed, we can't be calm. In the end, it shouldn't matter so much. We're playing a little different gear for this tournament, but we're used to playing different mouses and devices, so I hope it will turn out and not to be a problem tonight.
Great through, gonna look to follow, and he has great second headshot there onto Forest. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Beautiful play going out from Freeze.
What we have proved for this tournament is that we made a lot of mistakes last tournaments at DreamHack Summer. We had some official we had to play, and we tested out some things, and hopefully we'll use these moves to overcome our opponent in the first match. Our match will turn out to be a good favor for us, I think, for both teams, so it's gonna be interesting.
If we beat LDLC, we should beat Very Games. And of course, NIP is also a very good candidate to take the final, but if we go to the final, we'll win it.
Okay, very good.
Easy cut.
No, no.
Hey, and of course, seeing there the Fnatic team, and I mean, they joked about the things like, you know, losing luggage, getting stuff lost on the way, which is, you know, it's never nice, and we've all experienced that. Let's have a look at their team sheet and see, you know, whose luggage was lost. but more importantly, I know Modi's had a strong lead up to the tournament. What are your thoughts on them?
Well, as you pointed out, Modi has had one of the strongest routes up here, and especially against LDLC themselves. Every single time, he's been one of their standout players in the highest kill-to-death ratios. He is so key in this. But then you look at Freeze as well, even in the last tournament that it was here, you know, in Cologne, another key player. So every single one of them deserves the place within Fnatic, and you know they really can perform under pressure. They're that sort of team that don't get pushed too hard. You know, they don't feel that kind of stress that a lot of the newer teams will. But you know, these guys, if they're in the right place at the right time, their heads, you know, switched on, and you know, they're not letting any of that lost luggage or any of the other issues get to them, LDLC are going to be in trouble. So it's going to be a hard game either way. But Fnatic, they've got the right players for sure.
Excellent, right players, and it'll be the right match, it sounds like. Obviously, with this team being, let's say, on form, does that mean it's completely wide open? Would you make a prediction? Could I bend your arm to a prediction, perhaps?
Okay, prediction-wise, what my heart wants, I want to see LDLC kind of progress. I love Kenny S. I love the way he plays. He's such a phenomenal player. But Fnatic are so strong, it's so hard to call it other way. I'm going to say LDLC for this one. Just you know, out of my heart's want to see them face off against Very Games. But I think Fnatic could dig deep and pull something out of the bag there. So either way, it's going to be phenomenal, but LDLC for me.
Well, an exciting game rounding up, but of course, as things heat up and we're getting very close to getting underway here, before we do that, we should probably head over and see how you, the lovely people at home, can get involved. And in order to do that, we pass you over to the always lovely Melly. Melly, over to you.
Thank you, Sean. Well, welcome from me as well. Welcome to the summer finals of the RaidCall EMS1, and thank you all for tuning in. Of course, we want you to be part of the show as well. We have prepared different ways for you to take part. For example, we have votes on our csgo.raidcall-ems1.com page. So head there and let's see what the community has already predicted. We already have some results. Currently it's standing 60% for Team LDLC and 40% for Fnatic. Well, the next way will be a competition on Facebook. Join our Facebook network by liking our Facebook page, facebook.com/RaidCallEMS1. And of course, we want to hear your opinions, your predictions, feedback as well. You can contact me via Twitter by using the hashtag EMS1. But instead of the one as a word, I pick the digits, so EMS1. And of course, we have our RaidCall channel. It's 1997, the year in which the ESL was founded. Join our RaidCall channel and watch our main stream in one of the channels there. And you also have the chance to to follow the match out of the view of your favorite team, also including the voice communication. So be part of the show, be part of the game, follow everything right out of the eyes of your favorite gamers. And yeah, that's all for now. Let's take it back to Sean.
So as we get ready to get underway, I have the illustrious job of getting you the insider track on these RaidCall EMS1 Summer Finals. And I'm joined with Seyu here, who is the team captain from LDLC.
Team manager.
Team manager, excuses, sorry. Before I say the wrong thing. How excited are you to be here?
Yes, after a good rematch, but we lost against Epsilon. We want to prove we deserve this spot and to beat Fnatic and maybe to have a great semi-final against Very Games or Copenhagen Wolves. So yes, we are really happy, excited, and we want to do a good performance here.
And you mentioned obviously Very Games. Is that your personal desire? Do you want to go up against them? Is there a bit of rivalry there?
Copenhagen Wolves did a mini challenge before the event, so Very Games is the favorite team. I think they will win easy, unfortunately for Copenhagen Wolves. And after, if we meet, if we play against Very Games, it will be a close game between French teams. Who is the first French team? So it will be a awesome game. But yes, before we have to beat Fnatic to play Very Games or Copenhagen Wolves.
Now come back over here. A lot of the build-up has been about Kenny S. How do you feel about that?
Kenny S is still young, but he's improving a lot since when he was kicked from Very Games. But he's young. Sometimes his mental has problems, but when he's confident, he's the best player of the world. And if we win, all is fine. If we are losing, it's more complicated. But we try to fix these problems with him.
Sorry.
Okay, with him.
Well, thank you so much, and I wish you the absolute best of luck with the team. And of course, stick around because we're about to get underway, and we'll see how those fighting words, which were pretty bold, how they pan out. I've got my preferences. I'm sure you've got your preferences, but now it's time for the teams to do what they do best, and that's take us home. But before we do that, I get to pass you over to the wonderful Paul Challoner.
Yes, welcome to the casting desk here at the RaidCall EMS1 Summer Cup Finals, the second finals of the season. Amazingly, we've already had 8 cups, 2 playoffs, and now 2 grand finals. Alongside me for this one is Threat. Nice to have you with us again. It's been a while since you and I have done some, I think, DreamHack last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not the last DreamHack, but DreamHack Winter.
Yeah, so. Absolutely, yeah. So the one before last. And we're going to get into this Fnatic versus LDLC game first off. I mean, we've heard what the teams have said. We've also heard what Pansy had to say and what their manager said as well. And they said, you know, there's a bit of nerves in there, I guess, for LDLC. But they come into this as the favourites, unusually. You know, whenever you see Fnatic in the past, you almost think, well, it's game on, right? They've got this other gear. They can go to another level. But they're very much the underdogs today.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, if this game was played 1 month ago, I would heavily favour Fnatic.
Sure.
But now, they have Kenny S. He has been playing super well, and I actually think there's a lot of pressure on Kenny S right now. I mean, he's more on unleashed, so to say, than he was in Very Games. Very Games was more a tactical team than LDLC. But still, that's a lot of more pressure on him. I mean, what if he doesn't have a good day? Do they have a plan B?
I don't disagree, but do you think it's also giving him a bit more freedom playing at LDLC than perhaps he had at Very Games?
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, it's really good to do that with that kind of a player. But what if their tactic is he has to hit 1 or 2 shots, he goes out, and then he just dies? Do they have a plan B from that? It will be interesting to see.
Yes, it will. We've also got something new for this season as well, which I'm really thrilled about, and that is that we have our very own observer, and he will be bringing you all of the action. We are underway in our first map, and it will be the knife round. So guess what I'm going to do? Rather than commentate on this one, we're going to have the teams do it for us. Or not, as the case may be. Well, we tried to do that one, but it didn't quite work. So, yeah, knife rounds. We've had a bit of fun with knife rounds over the season. Done various accents. If you've got any suggestions, drop them into the Twitch chat or throw us a tweet at RaidCall EMS1 or at Paul Challoner if you want to do that. Threat's a bit of a newbie, though, because he doesn't have Twitter. What's that all about?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm dodging all the flame.
He's dodging all the love as well. I'm pretty sure there's lots of people out there that would like the love. And we're still got this final knife kill to come in. Look at this. Look, what are they doing in there? Bomb planted as well. Anyway, the fun of the knife round is over. It's actually a really important knife round because it's Nuke. So, you know, with Nuke being a CT bias map, it's important to win that knife round.
Yeah, for sure. That's maybe why we saw Mod actually planting the bomb on the knife round. I don't know what the rules for that in this tournament.
I'm pretty sure that's game over when you do that, but nevertheless, having a bit of fun in that one. We'll also get you some game sounds when we come back into the game for round one. And it will be LDLC versus Fnatic. These two have met 5 times over the last few months. The last 2 probably the most important, actually, and both of those were on Mirage, and both of those were won by LDLC, and they were both won 16-7. That was in the RaidCall EMS1 Spring Cup, and also in the Fnatic Frag-Out League as well. So LDLC having the form right now, but the last time they met on Nuke was only in a practice game. They haven't actually had an official match between these two on Nuke, so it'll be very interesting to see how these two play out. I'm still convinced that LDLC are going to run this and rule this 1-2-0, if only because there's just so much against Fnatic. I mean, let's just take stock of where we are with them right now. They've lost their luggage. Some of them are playing with new gear because we had to lend them some gear to play the game, so that's going to be difficult for them. Different mouse pads, different mice, different keyboards. I mean, we'll talk about how difficult that. You've done that before. Yeah. You know how difficult it is. We'll talk about that during the game. And they also have had, you know, problems with their lineup, problems practicing, problems with results. This could even be, I mean, rumour has it that this could be their last tournament as a 5.
I mean,
so
that can actually swing both ways. Maybe they're like, because they don't have their own gear, they might resolve after this tournament.
Yeah.
They have like 0 pressure on them, and they can just relax, and that might actually work out for the better for them.
Indeed. So here we go then. Match number 1 in the quarterfinals of the RaidCall EMS1 Summer Cup. LDLC versus Fnatic, and it's Trace that kicks us off with a headshot on Maniac and gives his team a man advantage early on here. Apex now trying to make his way through into the radio room, just laying down a little bit of fire. They're getting some back here from Trace as well, but a great start.
Yeah, for sure. Great entry frag there from Trace. I don't know really what Maniac did there, peeking towards the radio room. It's never a good idea versus the Glock.
I just want to give a quick mention to the observer, who is Joshua Steele Nissan. So thank you to Steele for coming up. Fantastic headshot from Apex. Picks off Trace. We're 1 for 1. 50 seconds remaining here in our opening game. Zip now picking up another one. Fnatic now again taking the lead. Kenny S having to do some desperate defending here from the top of ladder as Carrigan picks up another kill, this time with the HE. Bomb planted as well, and it's a 3 versus 2 for Fnatic, who have the advantage.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very tough for Happy and Kenny S.
Indeed it is, as Happy already coming under fire. They're not doing anything about this right now in terms of getting rid of it. They do dispose of Moddy. Headshot comes back in from Kenny S. Now 2 versus 2. And then, well, they've got to go for the defuse here, surely. And Carrigan is waiting. Happy's now the last man alive. And Carrigan picks off the last man. And Fnatic win the pistol round, starting on T side. And that is the perfect start they needed.
Yeah, great job there from Trace getting that entry frag on ramp. It completely decided the round, I would say. And I mean, even if Apex managed to kill him afterwards, it's still a 4v4, and that is a huge advantage for the terrorists.
So, map 1, as so often it does go the way of the terrorists, they do have a decent advantage on pistols, terrorists. They're around about 67% of all pistol rounds are won by the T side, regardless of map. So really important round for Fnatic to win, with this being such a CT map. Every round will count, and can they convert the next couple? They'll certainly be looking to take this one. 4x, P250s and a Deagle on the other side for LDLC.
It's very rarely we see the Deagle anymore.
Yeah, well, it's been a little bit more popular recently with the little buff that it's had. and started to see it, and Kenny S has actually got himself the first kill. Maniac then picked off by Trace, and we're now at 4v4, still with Happy sitting outside on red right now. Carrigan's just the other side of him, as is the bomb carrier Moddy, and Happy, if he turns round now, might just get himself a kill, because creeping around that side, in fact they've gone main instead, and Moddy and Carrigan have combined perfectly in the upper bomb site. That's 2 down, 1 more to find as Zip picks off Happy. Apex will now be the last alive here, and that's a tall order.
Yeah, for sure, and then easy round here for Fnatic. I mean, they played an anti-eco round by the books, just keeping calm, going together on yard, always have one guy checking back and just methodically take over an area at a time. And there's basically nothing LDLC can do if Fnatic executes an anti-eco in that way.
Perfect second round from them, all by the book so far, and seemingly all their troubles, lineup issues, results issues, luggage issues, you name it issues, they've had it, seemingly completely unaffected right now as they stomp into a 2-0 lead. And can they pick up round 3 as they should? This one is a full eco this time round as well, just a couple of P250s in there for the French, and they won't be worried about this just yet, will they?
No, they won't. And as we see again, going together on the yard and just leaving Trace inside the lobby just to make sure nobody sneaks behind them.
Trace in radio right now is... well, I thought he was about to push. No, he isn't. Oh, Carrigan actually gets very heavily tagged. Down to 20. They've also got Zip down to 18 here, but they've lost 2 men in the process. If only they could land a little bit more shots. Now Happy and Kenny S do. 2 down, and 2 are very low on health here for Fnatic, so they've got to be very careful. They can't quite be as gung-ho as they wanted to be, and I was just seeing whether Maniac and Kenny S might be able to get themselves a gun each, but they've been a long way away, and yeah, exchange of weapons there because Trace is actually fully healthed. Fully healthed? Well, he's got full health on 100.
I think Kenny S will let them go down the stairs and just try to backstab them afterwards.
Might be the plan.
Yeah.
Zip on 18, Carrigan on 20.
Yeah, there we go, and Maniac's going down the vent. I actually think they can win this round.
No, I think they can. I think you're right. Let's just wait and see. Maniac now about to pop out. Does pick up the first one. Can they get the second one? He can! A stunning little shot from Maniac. They've got a double in here, and time is now running down. 7 seconds remaining. Last man alive to save the day for Fnatic. He's got one. Won't get the second, though. Time will run down as well. And LDLC, well, if Fnatic's second round was the perfect anti-eco, the third round was the perfect eco from the French.
Yeah, I think they played a bit too scared right there. I mean, when they lost the 2 first players and they noticed they had low HP, they should have still tried to play a little bit more aggressively. I think they played that way too passively and let LDLC get into too great of positions.
Wow, what a start in this game. I had a feeling when I got up this morning and headed into rehearsals that we were going to see some epic Counter-Strike today. I just had that feeling about it.
They do have money though, Fnatic, so we're going to see another weapon round.
Yeah, good spot. It's a risky round that they'll need to win, otherwise they'll be for sure back on an eco.
And not much HP traded this far in the round, and still Carrigan has managed to go down the stairs on the yard, so right now I say this round favors Fnatic a little bit, since LDLC is forced to hold that lower bomb site.
So Trace getting a face full of flash, and does pop round the corner, picks up the kill on Apex. Maniac is already on half health here, so he might go down too. Indeed he does. Freeze drops him, and we're now 5v3 again. Zip and Trace very low on health. And Freeze not in the most healthiest of positions either. A little bit of pre-fire from Carrigan, works out nicely. Happy and Superfighter also pick up a frag piece. I think that's the first one I've seen SF pick up. And we're now down at 3 versus 2. Fnatic with the bomb planted, and all of them are all very low health indeed right now. And well, they've got rid of one. Superfighter now last man alive. 1 versus 3, but they're all tagged. He's got a chance here. But does he take it on or not? He's got one. I think this might just be a save now.
Yeah, they're really
with
low
a
on
weapon.
money,
Yeah.
so he really needs to save this weapon.
And what do you know? Round 4 in this topsy-turvy nuke game is going to go the way of Fnatic.
And very important round for Fnatic there. I mean, if you lose an eco and then you lose another one, so you are forced to have an eco, it just hit you so hard psychology. So very lucky for Fnatic to win that round. I mean, still a really good tactic. I've seen Fnatic do that in the past as well. They just leave one guy down the stairs at yard, so there can't be any rotation from the yard to the lower bomb site, and then they just push 4 guys ramp and go down.
Scoreboard isn't particularly exciting right now. Zip with 3 kills, Trace with 5, Freeze and Carrigan have 4 apiece. On the other side, it's pretty much the same scores. 3 happy, Maniac, Kenny S. SF has 2 and Apex a single kill. Modi also with a single kill for Fnatic so far. And it's 3-1 in favour of the Danes and the Swede.
I mean, it's probably going to be 4-1 in favor of Fnatic now, so it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, we only have SF with a gun, with that AK save from the previous round. 250s amongst the rest of them. And Maniac just laying down a little couple of shots, but that's all he could get off before he was tagged. And Fnatic playing this one carefully.
I mean, they lost the last anti-eco on yard, so they decided to go ramp now, just to have less angles to worry about.
Well, there are definitely less of them. There are a few more hidey holes though, and one of them is down here, and it's with Maniac, and he won't pick up the frag, despite looking like he was favourite to do so. Fnatic then pick up 3 very quick kills, and now it's a 5 versus 2, and Kenny S will now be the last man alive. Run away, Kenny, run away.
And flawless. That's very good for Fnatic. If you look at their money, they have like almost all players have over 4k or over 3k, I mean, so really strong economical position for them right now.
Yep, Trace having a good day, 7 and 2 so far, and he's got nearly 9k in the bank as well, so good start for Fnatic here. 4-1 on T-side nuke. It's not quite as biased as it perhaps was in 1-6 or Source, just to keep you both happy.
And Kenny's with the op right now. Let's see if he's able to do something.
Yeah, first round we've seen him with AWP in hand. Just going to throw out a couple of shots through the smoke so far. He's got himself a little angle here. That's all he needs. Is a pixel. Oh my goodness! But somehow misses what looked like a relatively easy shot for him anyway. And now, well, I was going to say Fnatic have the advantage, but now it's been taken away. Now they do. Modi and Carrigan with a double. Modi finishes up. And on a big buy round from LDLC, Fnatic take a 5-1 lead and push the Frenchman back onto an eco.
And as I said, I mean, LDLC so rooting for Kenny S to pick out those off frags, and when he misses, do they have a plan B? And they just took over that A site so easily. I mean, if you invest in an AWP CT on this map, you have to get frags with it. I mean, it's so easy to take the A bomb site if there are only 2 guys with M4s.
How different would that round have been had he got that first pick in main?
Very different. I mean, if he got like he had a second shot, he should have hit as well.
Yeah.
And then he probably would have won that round. So, yeah, I mean,
it's been a poor start from LDL. I mean, they've only won 1 round, and that round was an eco. And when they won it, I thought, oh, here we go. This is, you know, this is the LDLC that we've come to expect now. But no, they're struggling right now.
And as you said earlier, I mean, before they were the underdogs, but now they have the pressure on them, and maybe they just can't handle the pressure.
Maybe. Down to 50 seconds remaining here in round number 7. Fnatic leading 5-1. Zip is the only man down so far for either team, although I think Apex only has 19 health.
Should be an easy round though, even if they lost the first guy.
Again, Fnatic playing very slowly on these eco rounds. Maniac and Modi trade a killer piece. Carrigan's now going to pick up another one inside the upper bomb site on SF. Struggling to find the next guy. In fact, Apex has come round and got 1. Modi will reply back on him. We're at 2 versus 2. This is a much more difficult round than perhaps it should have been. But finally, they are going to finish him off. No! Kenny S picks up another one. And again on an eco here. The French have a chance to win this one. 10 seconds remaining here.
He has a grenade.
And he does have a grenade. And Carrigan has just 3 points of health. He surely isn't going to live! Oh, my goodness! Oh my goodness! Carrigan's the superstar, clutches the round in a 1v1 with 3, read them again, 3 health points.
I mean, great job from Kerrigan right there, but I want to point out what was Kenny S aiming at. It actually looked like he was pulling his crosshair upwards. I don't know what happened there.
I mean, nade in hand when he went down the fence, you thought, oh, he's going to just lob one down onto the... I mean, that's what you would have normally done, right? You would have thrown the grenade out, just seen if you got a bit lucky, and then it's GG and you've won the round.
Yeah, exactly, but he doesn't have the HP bars. Maybe when he was the demos, he's like, oh no, why didn't I throw the grenade?
Yeah.
Oh, great shot from Kenny S there.
Yeah, so Kenny S starting things off here in round number 8, finally connecting with the AWP. The first one of the game in round 8, and Fnatic leads 6-1 on the T side of Newt. So a fantastic start for the Scandinavians.
Yeah, and Kerrigan is down in the lower side. Happy is ready for him there, but yeah, he's going to go down.
Oh, Trace, beautiful couple of kills from him. Nice double from Trace. Kenny S then picks him off for the second of the round from him. And they're all very low again. Look at that, Carrigan, 2 health this round. He only needs 3 health after all to win a round. He's got 2 now. Moddy's got 11. Carrigan's picked off this time by SF, and we're now at a 2 versus 2 with 35 seconds remaining. The only thing I don't like about the Fnatic slow rounds is that they're starting to run out of time. At the end of the round becomes really critical about getting this bomb down. They're not going to have this issue this time round, though, as Freeze does get it done. Kenny S and SF now.
Yeah, they know he's in that room right now.
Yeah, they do. Oh, and the door's closed just as he went towards the room. Instead, he'll take the reduced damage. Now, is he going to pop around the corner here and blow him away? No, he's not, because Freeze is able to pick him off first. And now Kenny S, last man standing. That grenade's very nicely placed. Moddy down to 11 here. But I've got a feeling this is curtains for Kenny S. He's got an AWP. He does land the shot now. He's got to go for the defuse, and there's no other way of doing it. He won't get out of there alive because Moddy picks him off. He loses the AWP. He loses the round, and Fnatic now are flying. They're leading 7-1.
And I mean, great play from Fnatic, but this is not the same LDLC we saw at DreamHack. I mean, it really shows that they are feeling the pressure. We actually missed an action. They were happy. It was behind, I think it was Kerrigan in the vents, and missed like 20 shots in the knife distance coming on the back. So not the same happy as we saw in DreamHack, I would say.
No, I mean, this isn't like we're comparing an online tournament to LAN. DreamHack was, you know, full-on LAN, 4 days with a Counter-Strike, plenty of action. Nice shot there from Apex. He's picked off Moddy. So there isn't that comparison to make, really. I mean, we've seen some teams who are very poor online and very good on LAN. Likewise, we've seen it the other way round. You can't really level that against LDLC. We've seen them do it online all season, and we've seen them do it at DreamHack. 3rd, 4th, of course, at DreamHack after a narrow defeat to Epsilon in the semi-finals. But here in Game 1 of the quarterfinals of the RaidCall EMS 1 Summer Cup, they're 7-1 down to Fnatic, who have really been up against it so far. They've had almost everything go wrong that could possibly go wrong. Preparation, losing luggage and losing equipment, and possibly losing players at the end of this tournament as well. And yet, here they are, stepping up yet again as the pros they are, leading 7-1.
Yeah.
This round's starting to slip away from them this time round, and it will fall. And LDLC win their first gun round in 9. Is that the start of something that's changing for them? They do need to win the next 6, no joke. I mean, if they go in down at half-time, that's going to be horrible.
Yeah, for sure. And we actually saw LDLC doing something different this round. Instead of just letting Kerrigan go down the yard and just wait there, they actually decided to let go of Ramp and try to push him. They went one guy from Vent, one guy from Ramp went in the windows in the lower bomb site, and they managed to get him. And I think that was managed to secure them this round.
So round number 10. Trace about to set up the smoke for upper. And actually it's flash into upper. Carrigan's been dropped though by Kenny S, who's gone a little bit aggressive here in round 10. And Moddy now through Squeaky. And Kenny S again. SF now picks up one. They've traded 2 for 3 here. So a nice little trade. And now Moddy is the last man alive against 3. And suddenly LDLC find their feet. And their guns by the looks of it, but Moddy not going to be tricked by the quiet vent jump by Maniac.
The bomb is down.
It is. And got a little bit of work to do here. Oh, Modi nearly got caught short there. And Grenade takes him down a little bit further, chipping away at him. 30 seconds remaining. Now,
he's probably going to go down, but Happy's
that grenade was
in the
actually,
vents.
yeah, that grenade was really, really good on Apex. Took him down to 29 health. 20 seconds remaining. Here comes the bomb plant now. Modi gets that bomb planted, so money at least. Shut the doors behind you, sir. Oh, never mind. Happy then picks him off, and that will be a LDLC round again. But good attempt.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, great round from LDLC. Not much to say about that round. And but I mean, even if they get the rest of the rounds this half, it might already be too late this map. I mean, 8-7 as CT. It's not a good lead at all.
No. Kenny is topping the scoreboard, as you have come to expect. 12 and 8 at the top. He's double the score of any of his teammates right now. It's often been levelled at the team that they have this superstar standout player and no one to back him up. I'm not saying that. I would say that actually they have 4 very good players and they all have their great days, but it needs 3 or 4 players to have great days, doesn't it? Not just 1 or 2.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the rest of the guys need to step it up at least a little bit if they want to win this map. Entry frag there on Maniac, so they get the opening now on Yard and going down. We see Kerrigan once again down the stairs on Yard.
Yep, hasn't harmed him at all as Apex tries to move in and does get the kill onto Trace inside Radio. Modi meanwhile has picked himself up one. Can he get a second? Not quite. In fact, not at all, because really wasn't a huge amount of damage done. But bomb planted here in a 4 versus 3. Make that 4v2. Modi again coming up huge. That's 2 from him in the round. And Fnatic are determined that they are not going to go in the half down at all. They're going to go in leading at the half. It's now a 4 versus 1. Kenny S has to back away from there. And Fnatic are about to guarantee themselves a first half lead on the T side of Nuke.
Yeah, I mean, great play from Modi right there, getting 2 very important kills. And I still feel like LDLC should notice the passion of Fnatic's play.
Oh dear. Wow.
The classic save-op movie frags.
I thought they were going to line up in little ducks there and he was going to pick off all 3 of them, but no, fortunately Fnatic, he didn't. Kenny S just picking up another frag at the end of that round, but it's some serious business going on right now. And LDLC, I don't know whether they've come here in a bit of a coma this morning, but they need to come out of it because Fnatic now lead 8-3 and have a guaranteed first half score lead. Kenny S is going to try and get a pick here from ramp back to Radio, and they need something more.
Yeah, for sure, but a lot of teams do struggle on the first map on game day, so we might see a different LDLC on the second map, but as it's going right now, I can't see how they can turn Nuke around.
Yeah, it's oh, that was a little bit sneaky by Maniac and got himself a little camper kill on Freeze. Carrigan not going to have any of it though, and gets himself back. Zip then picking off Apex, and Zip gets himself 2. So this should be a fairly straightforward round. We've only got Kenny S with a gun of any description. He has the AWP in hand. Oh, Happy through Tin is not going to pick up that one. They've secured the upper site. They might even want to secure the bottom one as well.
And
Kenny S will be the last man alive.
Now they're going to try secure that Kenny S op as well.
And they do.
Yeah. I think Kenny S perhaps should have moved out earlier, but I mean, if he would have gotten like the first frag, they might have been able to do something, so not that weird of a decision. We see very low money now on LDLC, but they decide to buy. We see, I think, 2 farmhouses and light armor.
Yeah, and that's wiped them out money-wise as well. Not having a good time of this at all, but I'm predicting they're doing that to reset just in case they lose the next one. Otherwise, they would be screwed for the last round as well. So they've really got to give something here. Otherwise, face almost 2 partials or 2 ecos at the end of the game, or at the end of the half. And they've started things off nicely here. Kenny S, the rifle this time round, has picked himself up the opening kill.
This looks like a ramp push. this time.
Yeah, it does. 3 men into ramp right now. They've got a fourth sitting at the back here. Trace going to try and lead the charge. Into that lower bomb site he goes. Maniac's waiting there with that Famous and doesn't... Well, he's not even able to get a shot off, really, that landed on Trace. Trace then disposed of by Apex, and they're now in a 4 versus 1 as Freeze is now the last man standing. And LDLC have done exactly what Threat said 3 rounds ago. They've let them have that entry into the bomb site lower, and then absolutely destroyed them on the take back. And that's a really big round for LDLC to win.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's much easier to defend that lower bomb site if you have control of the vents and everything. And I mean, what differed from that round was Fnatic didn't have Kerrigan down in the stairs, and they came all guys from ramp, and yeah, we just saw how easy it was for LDLC to defend.
Yep. DE Nuke became DE Stroid, as Fnatic have a 9-4 lead. We'll get more puns in through the day, don't worry. 13 down, 2 to go for the first half of this RaidCall EMS 1 Cup quarterfinal. Fnatic, of course, last season's finalists, going out to NIP in the final in the end. And LDLC, who had a fantastic regular season in Season 1, but somehow managed to screw it up on the way through the playoffs and not even reach the last 8. This time round, they've had a fantastic season again, 3 more finals this season, and won a cup finally. Oh my goodness, Apex is going to go huge here and picks up 3 in a row. Kerrigan, Zip and Freeze all dropped in a row, and Trace now picking off Maniac. Kenny S has now got Moddy, and Trace will be the last man alive. He'll be picked off by Happy, and that's a really good round. Triple from Apex in that round, really set them up nicely. And LDLC now win a 5th round. If they can pick up a 6th, they'll still have some hope switching over.
Yeah, but they still must win the next pistol round. And as we saw last round, Apex got 3 nice frags, and even if he would have missed the last 2, Happy was just around the corner. So they're doing exactly what I said earlier. They're having 2 guys holding the yard stairs because they noticed that Fnatic just goes there every round. But I think they noticed it too late.
Oh my goodness. Quick push into the upper side. We haven't seen one of these yet, and this one's not working either. They've only got 1 frag. That's going to fall as well. Apex picks up yet another one. And this is going to be a straightforward round for LDLC, and it does end at the half. 6-9 in favour of Fnatic, and good half from all of those Fnatic players. They don't look troubled, do they?
No, they're very happy with that half. They had a great start, and LDLC just didn't notice their mistake in time. I mean, the last 3 rounds, they noticed it, but it was too late. Fnatic already got 9 rounds as terrorists.
So we are live for the second half. As you can see, 9-6 on your score to Fnatic as they flip over. 13 for Zip, 13 for Molly, 16 for Kenny S. Apex really picking up in the last 3 rounds. He only had 6 kills heading into the last 4 rounds, picked up 8 in the last 4. So here we go. Big pistol round here for LDLC. They have to win this one, otherwise you fear for them. And Freeze just firing through towards Volcano Stairs
didn't
hit a single person. Somehow Maniac's only got 99 health. He must have been hit by a smoke or something from his teammate, but he's the only one who lost any health, and I'm pretty sure it didn't come from any of the pistols from Fnatic. So they have control of the lower area right now, but Trace is down there. Again, just firing off towards the entry doors. And at the moment, I think he's alone there as well. Kenny S also there, and they've done a really good job here of getting into the bomb site, getting the bomb planted. Now here come the exchanges of fire. Kenny S picks up 1, Happy with a sandwich kill in the middle of Zip. Freeze then drops 1, trading them backwards and forwards until Freeze is down, the last man standing, and he's dropped by Happy at close range, and LDLC will win the opening round, and that is huge.
Yeah, that was a must-win round for them, and quite funny how Fnatic didn't even manage to get in 1 HP of damage when they ran down the stairs. It's ridiculous. I mean, I think that's the best way to anti-strat that pistol round. That's a very common pistol round. Go down the stairs, smoke out, and just get the bomb down. And the best answer from the CT is usually to try to get 1 or 2 picks before they go down the stairs.
Yeah, we can thank Sal Garozo. If you're watching Volcano, thank you for the stairs. It's made Nuke good again.
I completely agree.
Freeze already dropped from the Fnatic lineup this round, and they've also disposed of Trace, so Falling like flies right now. SF's going to get himself the third of the round and the fourth. And Zip will now be the last man alive sitting at those volcano stairs and is easily picked off by the AK on top of Red from Superfighter, who picks himself up 3 eco kills and moves LDLC to just a round behind.
Yeah, I mean, if they win this, it's 9-9, so... But still, Fnatic is CT, and they will have weapons next round.
That's when things will start to change, unless Fnatic can do what LDLC did to them in the third round of the first half.
Yeah, like, ironically, the best thing that could happen for LDLC is actually they lose the next round in a 1v1 situation, and then win the round after that, just forcing them to another double eco.
SF just sitting on top of Red. They've got control of the outside area. All bar one player is out there right now, which is Freeze. And here they come pushing forward here, LDLC towards main. Carrigan's going to get himself the first one, though. And Moddy's also got one, but that's all she wrote. Kenny S picks up the last of the round. Nicely done from him. 2 pistol kills in a row. And the third round is converted by the French. It is now tied up at 9-9.
I mean, still 2 kills from Fnatic. I think they're quite happy with that eco round, but still, LDLC will have money to buy if they lose this round.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter that much.
It's about momentum now. They need to keep it going. Had a much stronger end to that first half. We were at 7-1 at one point in the first half. Fnatic only won 2 more of the last 7 rounds, and they've won the next 3 in this one. So LDLC showing a little bit more form here. Zip's in a really good position underneath yellow, but somehow didn't win, despite unleashing about 15 bullets before they even knew he was there. Grenade comes flying in towards Freeze. Nice catch, son. And they've lost 2 men now on this Fnatic team, whilst LDLC has still got 4 alive. Carrigan waiting backstairs. Moddy just above him.
And I think Moddy, all on Moddy now when they're going to attack the A-bomb zone here from the yard.
Happy in tin is going to move in at the same time. Nicely done. They do have 1 man in the corner behind Vents, and Moddy and Trace do get a killer piece. We're now at a 2 versus 1. Carrigan is the last man alive and has to go huge here in a 2v1. Does guess right and doesn't get the second, though. Very close indeed. 19 health for Happy. Great effort from Carrigan, but LDLC win their 4th round in a row.
Yeah, great play from them right there. I feel like if Fnatic would have been able to turn that round around, then Moddy must have gotten more than 1 kill there from the CT event.
So Fnatic back on a save, and this is exactly what LDLC would have wanted in the second half. Didn't look very good for them in the first half. And you know what? Maybe they just changed Nuke overnight. Now it's a T-map.
Yeah, you never know.
Nobody told us. Here we go then. I mean, in lobby, Apex, Happy, Kenny S all picking up a frag. Should be a straightforward round.
I mean, in some way you always have a disadvantage at CT on all map because the weapons is more expensive. The M4 is so much more expensive than the AK.
Yeah, it certainly makes eco rounds a lot harder. You can mix things up a little bit more when you're a terrorist side, especially when you get a plant. And you can do partial buys, mixed buys, and all sorts of stuff, and change it around. They're a little bit more restricted on CT. Fnatic right now are also restricted. They've lost 5 in a row this half. They're now down 11-9. And I'm trying to scratch my head, but they were 9-2 up. They were 7-1 up. And 9-2 to 11-9 is a 9-round swing in favour of LDLC. We talk about momentum a lot in Counter-Strike, but it really is true.
Yeah, and it just tells how much economy has to do with this game, since Fnatic only lost 1 weapon round this half, and that wasn't a 1v1 situation.
Freeze having a little bit of an AWP dance with Apex, who was busy trying to avoid that AWP shot. Avoided 3 shots, which I thought all of them were pretty good, and then the 4th one was through the smoke, which was actually probably the hardest of the lot to land. And LDLC do lose a man at the start of the round. They have broken into this upper bomb site, though. Nice push from them. And Kenny S has also picked off Moddy. They've got 4 to find here. And smoked in and flashed into main as well. And you can probably hear them in the background, they're shouting at each other like mad. Bomb finally planted now. Pressure switches over to Fnatic. They've got to try and rescue this one back. Kenny S now staying in a very, very good position at the top of heaven. Can he close this one down? No, he can't! Actually, Fnatic pick up 2 quick kills. They make that a 3rd. Happy now picking up 1. Oh, that's brilliant. Maniac just pops up from the vents, takes down 1. Freeze now, last man standing, has got to go huge and get a defuse here. And is this round slipping away from Fnatic? I believe it is. Here goes Freeze. No! Dropped by Maniac. Oh my goodness, LDLC have stepped right up here and they lead 12-9.
A great play there from LDLC, great. It's so hard to play that 1v1 situation for Freeze when the terrorist can just go up down the vent and just pick, is he defusing, is he going towards me? If Freeze would go towards him, he would just run down in the B bomb site and hide.
Crazy, crazy round yet again from these 2 teams. And LDLC starting to show us the class they showed us throughout the regular RaidCall EMS 1 season. As I said earlier, they have the record. It's an unenviable record in many ways. They have reached 6 of the 8 cups that have taken place. They've reached in 6 finals of those 8 cups, having only won 1. They did win the last one though, and they did finish with the most points in the season in the ranking table too. Albeit making a bit of a mess of the playoff games. They are nevertheless here and ready and fighting right now as well. Apex again giving them a chance here, although they've lost 3, and this one's looking much better for Fnatic right now, although Moddy's just been dropped by Happy. It's now a 4v2.
And LDLC, I don't think they will try to win this round. All they should try to do is kill Fnatic players so they can force another eco later in the game.
Yeah, that 3-round advantage now, so they have a little bit to play with. Happy tag through tin. And Maniac pops down, does pick up the kill though. Do you know what? They might go for this. 26 seconds remaining. Bomb is down though. That's their only big problem right now. Or, no, actually, do you know what? They're going to fall here. There is 1 man picked off. Maniac. Happy's the last man alive. He's disposed of by Zip. And Fnatic get themselves their first round on the board in 11. It's 12-10.
Yeah, maybe Fnatic can manage to string some rounds together now, because that is what they must do. I mean, if they lose this round, they have to reset their economy once again. So this round would basically mean a 14 to 15 rounds for Team LDLC.
Yeah, 12-10 then. And the last 2 times they've met, both on Mirage, both 16-7 wins for LDLC. Fnatic have already got themselves 10, so doing a little bit better statistically speaking than they were in the previous 2. Last time they beat LDLC was on Train back in the RaidCall EMS 1 Spring Cup.
We see LDLC doing the same thing as Fnatic do. They only leave 1 guy down the stairs here. We see Apex here right now. Nobody's pushing him right now, and it looks like they're going for an A fake right now, going towards the ramp.
Yep, under a minute remaining in this one. Which way do they go? LDLC starting to eye up that ramp room. Carrigan has got things started nicely. They've dropped back here, Fnatic, so nicely positioned, 2 of them. And good defensive grenade back up to the top of the ramp. Trace now going to wait for them and pick off the first one. And did he get the second one? Not quite. Carrigan did though. Apex picking off Trace in the end. And now Happy replying back. And did some damage there. He is the last man alive in a 4 versus 1. Gets himself 60 bullets to play with effectively by exchanging out his AK. That's not going to help him though. Carrigan sits him down and Fnatic pull back to 12-11. This game is not done.
No, and Fnatic just completely out-aimed LDLC that round. I mean, LDLC had a great plan. They tried to force a rotation from ramp both by faking A and pushing down the yard stairs. But just if you can't out-aim your opponent in any duel, you won't win the round. So great play from Fnatic right there.
1 round in it, still anyone's game. Fnatic take the next couple though. You'd fancy that the CT advantage they have will take them home to map number 1. We'll try a little bit of team rodeo in a minute, probably towards the end of this round, just to see whether we've got these 2. You'll need some good French, good Danish, good Scandinavian. Maybe we'll get through to, well actually maybe we won't get you to convert the language just in case it's a bit risky. I don't know. Because I know what they're like. But we'll try that towards the end of the round. Minute remaining here in round 24. LDLC leading 12-11. Poised on a knife edge this game right now. They've lost Kenny S of LDLC, and again have decided that, well, it's easier to get into that ramp room. They've got one. They covered the crossfire there nicely as well, and good defensive grenade. They're very good at those. Has picked off Apex, has lost a lot of health as Freeze picks himself up a nice double. Modi disposes of Happy. Maniac, the last man standing here with 9 points of health, gets a double headshot onto Modi and Zip, and it's now a 2 versus 1 from a 4v1. Surely not even Maniac can go huge here and pick up the round for them.
Now only one bullet needed to put him down right now.
Anything would do. A little bit of confusion caused by Maniac, and finally picked up by the gun of Freeze for a triple from him. And we're tied up at 12-12, and the momentum swing has swung fully towards Scandinavia right now, because Fnatic have won those last 3.
And look at this, an eco round coming out from LDLC right now, so they're going to be down 13-12. And I mean, they had a great start, but still, they only won 2 weapon rounds. Like most of the rounds were, it was a pistol round and then it was 3 or 4 echo rounds. So basically, Fnatic has won as many weapon rounds as LDLC does have.
It's almost similar to the first half, but obviously they had the disadvantage of being terrorist side, as a couple of little bullets fly astray there. Lost any health at all from Fnatic, and they've already picked off 2. I say that, and that's the commentator's curse, of course. Sorry, Carrigan. He got dinked by Happy and eventually downed. But it's a 4 versus 2. Should be a straightforward conversion for Fnatic here, and they will retake the lead, amazingly. Flash into ramp. Trace having to back off. He only has 15 health, so they could get in this lower bomb site. I guess probably a victory here would be getting a bomb plant for the cash.
Yeah, for sure, and I actually think LDLC should use this as more of a timeout right now. I mean, they can't win this round, and they probably won't be able to get the bomb down as well. I mean, Fnatic has such a great momentum right now, and one way to break that momentum is just camp out an eco round, just rush when there's only like 10 seconds left.
Yeah, Freeze picking himself up another few kills, has moved himself on to 18. But as you see on the scoreboard, it's pretty even spread of kills. No one really standing out on either side. I mean, Apex 21, Kenny S 22, obviously the head in their team. But on the other side, as you'd expect really from Fnatic, 20, 17, 18, 19, 14. Just Trace at the bottom of that one. So, nice spread of kills. And Fnatic now leading 13-12. And oh my goodness, Modi's going to fill his boots in lobby. 2 from him, might get a 3rd here. Freeze actually picks that one up on Apex. This is a gun round from LDLC as well, so this is a very, very dangerous round to be throwing away 3 men in lobby.
And then LDLC looks kind of shaky right now. We saw that when Modi pushed in the hut there, he actually got the first guy from behind. Like, LDLC doesn't know their angles in the lobby, it feels like right now.
Which they obviously do, but you're right, they did look a little bit odd there, and Modi gets himself a hat-trick. Man of the round for Fnatic. They move to 14-12. Huge round for Fnatic. And now LDLC, well, they've got to win the next 4 to take the map. They've got to win the next one to stop it going to at least a draw. And we will, of course, have overtime here in quarterfinals as well.
And I would like to see their yard push again, which it seems like they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they've lost their way a little bit, haven't they, in the last 4 or 5 rounds? Haven't quite been up on it. And that grenade is perfectly placed. Nice damage done to Maniac and SF. He's also going to drop. They lose 1. But they have managed to get down there, but they're just going to wait, and they're going to fall at the hands of Carrigan. He's perfectly placed, has already got himself 2 in the round. Maniac now with another one, and 14-12 is looking very much like 15-12, although it's still 3v3, but Kenny S with just 4 points of health. Happy's blown away. They all fall like dominoes, and Fnatic move to map point.
I mean, when LDLC did their yard push there, they waited too long before they went down the stairs, which meant Kerrigan had the time to go down the vents and get like a very good angle in the stairs. if they just would have run down the stairs right away, they would have been down the stairs before Kerrigan would have been there, and I feel like he wouldn't have gotten those frags.
Let's just have a quick listening into them.
Igor tapé. La gauche. Entre bien.
As you can hear, that's team radio there from LDLC. We'll get a little bit more of that in throughout the day. You'll hear plenty of that. They've exchanged a frag apiece here. In fact, it's seesaw time. 1 for 1. Fnatic looking for just one more round here. And they have 4 men to find. 2 of them have less than 12 health. And it's also worth pointing out that this map was LDLC's choice. We'll move on to Mirage for map 2, where they've won the last 2 meetings with Fnatic, but Fnatic actually chose Mirage. That's ballsy. Kerrigan now is the last man standing here. He'll fall easily to Apex, who was waiting inside the back of radio. And that map point is saved. 1 down, 2 to go.
And I mean, I don't think Fnatic care so much about that round, since they have so much money. I mean, they basically have money for this round and the last round, but still they have to win either one of them.
We do need one more. Fantastic first half from Fnatic has really set them up in this second half, and Freeze has set them up even nicer because he's got the opening pick outside, and that's just going to give LDLC even less options now. 2 men waiting in the front radio room. Those grenades won't do any damage though.
And they're all in the lobby. I mean, Freeze has complete control of the yard area, which means Fnatic can focus their attention on A and ramp.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to push a little bit here and just put a bit more pressure on them, but well, Fnatic are deciding to play this one a little bit more sensibly and not taking my advice. Probably a good job too. Trace and Zip do pick up 1 and 2 and 3. Happy last man standing. Does manage to stem the tide for one more round, but he's got 3 more Fnatic players to find, and this is a massive job for Happy. Fnatic on the verge of taking map 1. It's 15-13 right now. And I'm gonna have to eat some sort of hat or shirt or something, because I confidently predicted this would be a 2-0 to LDLC, and it's not going to be. Confirmed. Fnatic wins the opening map 16-13, and really throughout, I think, just totally down to a phenomenal T side.
Yeah, for sure. They got a great start. I think it was up like 7-1 in the beginning, or something like that.
Yep, 7-1, 9-2 up in the end, and still won the first half 9-6 on T side.
I mean, the map was very back and forth. The momentum switched somewhere in the middle, like in the last 3 rounds in the first half. It seemed like the game switched towards LDLC. They got like maybe 7 rounds in a row, if you consider this after the switch.
Yep.
And then Fnatic just took all the rounds in a row.
Yeah.
Like maybe they lost like 1 round. So
yeah, it was like a pendulum, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just swinging backwards and forwards. You know, early on, looked like Fnatic might be a bit shaky. Round 3, for instance, they lost in an eco, and then suddenly it switched round, and then Fnatic found some really good rhythm and went up very nicely. And then, as you said, it then flipped round, and LDLC had a nice little run through, and then towards the end on the second half, Fnatic again suddenly realised why they were here and how to play Counter-Strike, and I think we were talking before we came on air that actually they have another gear, and they found that gear in that game.
yeah, I completely agree. I mean, there were many rounds where I actually thought like LDLC outplayed them tactically.
Yeah.
They attacked in the right spot, but still, like Kerrigan Modi just got the instant headshots.
Yeah,
There's nothing you can do about that.
There were rounds as well where you said it yourself, they actually out-aimed LDLC, and that's not something we've seen over the last couple of months. LDLC's aim has been spot on, their tactics have been pretty solid, and we've seen some brilliant play from Kenny S. But just a word on Kenny S. Do you think there's too much pressure on him as the man that has to step up? I mean, he didn't really shine too much in the second half of that game.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, when he went to LDLC, there was like a lot of pressure was off him, if you know what I mean, since Very Games on paper was like the better team. So maybe now that LDLC did well on DreamHack, maybe it's back on him.
Yeah, maybe. We are going to take a very quick break, but when we come back, stay tuned, because map number 2 is coming your way from the quarterfinal of the RaidCall EMS 1 Summer Cup. Very nice. Do you want something? Yeah, sure.
And we're back here coming to you live from Cologne, Germany with the EMS. And these finals are heating up. We've seen a good map so far. I'm about to get underway with the second. But in order to do that, Melly, I know the guys can do some fun stuff on the RaidCall chat. Can you tell us about that?
Exactly. I mentioned in the start of the show, you have the chance by participating our contests, and you can grab awesome stuff.
Could anybody get the T-shirt like I'm wearing? Not the one that I'm wearing, of course. That
You
one
don't
might
want
smell.
that.
You don't. Nobody wants that. But you could get one like this if you
Yeah,
want.
for example, also like mouse pads and maybe some hardware is involved too. So let's see what
Lots
our
of
product
goodies.
manager
Lots of
will
goodies. What they'll bring out
up
for us.
in prizes. Exactly, and it's pretty easy. You just have to show me your love for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. If it's a picture,
Show Melly your love. That's basically the message that we're getting here. I'm pretty sure you guys
No,
can do that.
for
Show
CS:GO.
Melly your love for
focus
CS:GO.
on the game, Sean. No.
And of course for you, Melly. This is the guys are at home. They're watching. They're tuning in. They're watching. They
Thank
want to
you.
show their love for the Counter-Strike community, and of course for Melly, who's here today to speak to you.
Well, you can send me pictures, and I would just continue explaining.
Just
why.
ignore me. It's
Yeah.
fine.
And you can send pictures which you, have taken yourself maybe, or a small video as well. We would
Videos
like
would
to
be
see
cool.
a video of you talking about your favorite game.
Or maybe just screaming Counter-Strike
Oh,
in the video. That would be awesome.
For
I'd
Sean,
like to see
yeah.
that for me. If you want to do that for me.
We will show them. Of course we
The
will.
best videos we'll definitely get.
We'll be in the show, so
And yeah, win prizes,
creativity
get your
on.
hands on some good
Yeah.
swag. Head over to the ESL store so you can pick up whatever you like, right?
yeah.
Get right.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. And also don't forget our votes on the csgo.raidcall-ems1.com.
I'm glad you read that off. I'm hoping somebody will put it in the bottom here in the screen, but get over there, get involved with the bet.
Exactly. The bets for this matchup are already closed, and it's standing 62 and 38. Well, 62 for Team LDLC. At this moment, the community seems a bit wrong. So let's see what the next matches will bring us. Well, maybe the next match, and hopefully for you guys, the next matches and maps. And yeah, let's see what your predictions are.
Well, some guys who know lots about what the predictions are will, of course, be our good friend, Paul Red-Eye Schauner. Paul, over to you. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Sean. Yes, it is time to get back to the game. It is map number 2 about to start between LDLC and Fnatic. Threat, just before we move into this second map, what was your summary from the first map? Was it what you expected to see? Was it different? Was it interesting from Fnatic's point of view?
I actually feel like Fnatic was quite dominant in that map, even if the score said otherwise. I just felt they were playing a lot better than LDLC. So I don't know about Mirage. I haven't watched so many games with Fnatic on this map. But, I mean, KNS is just awesome with AWP on this map, so I think it's going to be really tough for Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, it's actually Fnatic's map choice, but actually the last 2 times these 2 teams have met in competition, one was in the Fnatic frag-out lead, that was also in Mirage, where actually KNS was a beast, and LDLC won 16-7. The time before that they met, guess what? KNS was a beast, and they won 16-7 on Mirage. So 2 in a row as we head into the knife round, which is commentated to you by the players themselves. Let's listen in.
står til sidst, den? Jeg håber sammen, ja.
They're so boring.
Mets-lui un coup de couteau sinon.
Vas-y, non, attends, non, pas de conneries comme ça va faire un RR, c'est tout.
Non mais un coup de couteau, je suis juste pour qu'il y ait 45.
Non, attends, c'est de la merde, c'est ça.
Ouais.
Det er fordi en dobbeltflære nogle gange. Jeg skifter bare web. Det er jo løgn. Jeg skiftede web.
Yeah.
Okay.
Så skød.
Seems like they're going to replay the pistol round.
Yeah, we're gonna redo that. I mean, just trust the fact that the knife round couldn't start, and we're gonna do a restart of the knife round. We can't even get the knife round right. Look, there's our admin. He's right now. He's giving them such a hard time. You all have yellow cards. I don't think it was actually their fault. I think it was just
Yeah, something went wrong.
Something went wrong. But at some point, we will give you the players commentating their own knife round. That's the second time we've tried to do that. Maybe I just give up on it. Maybe I'll just do the whole round in Scottish.
Maybe you can pretend to be the teams. Do all 10 players at the same time.
Yeah, that's. I think that's going to be quite tough, but I'll give it a go. Right, we're underway. No, I can't do Swedish. It's impossible. Here we go then. Here's the players.
Faites vraiment gaffe que à pas se bloquer.
Nice. Ok, on les attend maintenant. Non.
Voilà,
J'ai 100 HP les mecs.
T'as un derrière toi.
J'ai 100 HP. Laissez-le, s'il vous plaît, on entre dans son jeu. Laissez-le, faites une ligne.
On s'écarte.
Laissez-les faire sa connerie. On l'attend.
Moi je suis touché.
J'ai 100 HP moi.
Ici manie devant.
Y'a comment qui a 100 HP?
Ici manie devant, au cas où il lui met un coup comme ça on est bien.
Spørgsmål til jer nu. Hvis du spiller der også lige skulle han kan stadig vinde knife, han har 100 HP altså. Okay. Ikke når de alle sammen er 100. Kan knife på? Eller kan pistol?
Okay, enough of that. I don't know who that was. I think it was Moddy in the background doing the Batman. He definitely wasn't Batman in that though. He was more like, well, Dead Man, because there was no way he was going to win that one in a 4v1. Anyway, that's the knife round done and dusted, and we'll be able to get into the match fairly shortly. For map number 2. If you're just joining us, welcome to the RaidCall EMS 1 Summer Cup Grand Finals. Quarterfinal number 1 is LDLC versus Fnatic. Fnatic winning the opening map by 16 rounds to 13 on Nuke, which was actually LDLC's choice of map. And map number 2 is, of course, Fnatic's choice, which is on Mirage. I'd call it original Mirage, but it isn't really original Mirage, but I think you know what I mean.
It's the real Mirage.
So, here we go then. Underway in round 1, observing, brought to you by our good man, Joshua Steele. Nissan! Fantastic headshot from Trace as he popped over the top of the forest ledge. He was picked off in the end, and they've traded a killer piece. It's a 2 versus 2 right now. And bomb is planted in the B bomb site. Zip going to cover this from the side. One man inside the square as well. As another man pops around the corner. Moddy almost clipping his own teammate. Oh, on the reload. Surely has to pick up the kill. Does get the kill. Gets a second on the Kenny S. It's now a 1 versus 1. Happy. Moddy. Whoa! Happy with the double headshot at the end of the round. A triple from him. And LDLC will just about get the last second defuse to open things up on Mirage.
I think they're very happy that they managed to win that round. I mean, being on Mirage is probably the hardest site to retake, maybe on all maps. I don't know, maybe.
It's a really tough, I mean, it annoys the crap out of me when I'm defending on it. It really does, because there's just nothing you can do.
No, there's too many positions to check. You just have to take a guess. And, well, great play from Happy there, and they managed to pick that pistol up.
Yeah, those of you talking about X-Ray, we will put X-Ray on a little bit and just show you where it was. There you go, let's see. As simple as that. But we won't do all the rounds. We'll just give it to you now and again when we get it. I like the element of surprise, you see, because I don't know it's going to happen either, which is great. So 1-0 to LDLC in that opening round. Super Fighter here through mid, already with the Famas. Lay down a couple of single shots. Nicely done, head ripped off the top of the shoulders of Trey. See ya. And Zip actually replying back. Might get himself a go. Oh, Kenny S! Again, fabulous pistol work from him. And he can use the Famas as well. What do you know? Moddy now the last man alive here, and he'll fall on the forest ledge to Maniac, and that'll be a straightforward conversion in the end from what looked like a bit dodgy in the middle with SF dropping.
And we see Fnatic buying it right now, and I mean, I actually liked the decision last round to just play it slow. I mean, they lost the pistol round, a pistol which I think they felt they should have won. Instead of just being mad about it, they just took an eco round. Okay, let's talk about what happened. Okay, we're going to buy next round, and yeah, I think it was a much better decision just to just run and die.
Kenny S. A sublime AWP shot through the holes in the slats in mid. Apex picks up a double. And Fnatic now have last man alive being Zip. He'll be picked off by Apex as well. And they didn't lose a man, albeit Apex had a single point of health.
That was a really fast, flawless round for LDLC. Like, I didn't even manage to see what happened. They went very aggressive out middle, and yet obviously it worked out great for them.
Yeah, indeed. So, 3 in a row, no problem. And Fnatic were on a buy round, of course, that last round, it's worth saying, because they're now been pushed back onto an eco. So third round buy, and they got absolutely demolished.
Yeah, for sure. And we see they actually taking another timeout eco. Because maybe they're feeling like, okay, we cannot let this the rounds run away with LDLC now.
This has a very familiar feel to it. We've seen this twice already. Oh, look at that point blank range shot from Kenny S. That picks him up his second. He's going to get a third in the round 2. Is he? No, not quite actually. SF will get the last one. So 2 from Kenny S in that round. They're 4-0 up right now, LDLC, and also looking very healthy on the scoreboard too. Fnatic got in all sorts of problems early on, and they have just 5 kills between them after 4 rounds, and that's just not acceptable.
Yeah, they've been completely demolished actually, and let's see if LDLC decides to play as aggressive as they did the last weapon round.
Yeah. Maniac is currently, it looked like a 4v1 split right now, and it doesn't really matter because when you've got Apex running around gunning like that, it's easy to win. Although look at this, Zip with a triple now has managed to get themselves into the B bomb site, and if they can get the bomb planted quickly here, they'll have an advantage. Kenny S is completely flashed on the entry. Bomb is down and planted in a 3 versus 2 right now. I don't fancy this one. I think they'd be better off getting out of it. They've got decent weapons amongst Maniac, but they are going to go for it. I suppose they've got enough cash, so they probably don't care. And that was an AWP shot that was missed, and Zip actually gets a 5-man in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that was absolutely sick play from Zipex. I mean, even when Apex got the 2 entry frags, they're in the slope area, he just managed to go from the side, from the house, and got 3 entry frags. Great play from him.
5-man from Zip. Hopefully we'll be able to play that one back a little bit later. It was nice to be able to see the odd ace. Don't see a huge amount of them, of course. There have been a few through the season
very
once
aggressive,
again.
Very aggressive play from LDLC that actually pushed up the T house towards the B area.
Yep, they are already on site as well. Apex picking up 1, Zip replying back yet again. That's 6 in a row from Zip without reply. And as soon as his teammates connect to the server as well, I'm sure they'll be having some kills too. But right now, he's just busy picking off men left, right and centre. Finally shut down by the grenade from Happy. And again, they've moved into the A-bomb site, got the bomb planted, and have control here. Trace, well, through the box in the end, gets 2 in a row. Fabulous work from Trace. And they've now got themselves a 3 versus 2 here. Chance to take over the bomb site. Fading fast as fading with Kenny's AWP as well. And Fnatic are back in this game. They look down and out at 4-0, but they've looked really crisp in the last 2.
And once again, Fnatic out-aims LDLC. I mean, LDLC did a great push there in the B house, and they got all the information. They knew Fnatic was coming B, but Trace and Modi, just 4 instant headshots, the round is over.
Pretty nuts.
They have an eco now.
Yep, they do have another eco. There is a deagle, actually a couple of deagles in the mix to that. That's not going to make any difference though, is it? Oh, mildly awkward grenade thrown. And another one thrown out and towards the bomb site right now. Kenny S taking a lot of damage, but so too has Modi, who's had to back away from that one. Although I think his job's pretty much done with the damage that they've made on that A bomb site. And I think we'll see a rotation right now. You can see them coming through the back halls. 5 men from Fnatic, and they only have one man protecting that site right now is Happy, and he is just going to get absolutely blown away. Here he is, Deagle in hand. One though, gets second. He does get a second. Stunning little headshot from Happy. Can't get the third though, but he's really done some great work there to pick off players. 2 in a row from Apex as well. Oh my goodness! Apex shuts them down with 3 stunning headshots, and LDLC have won an eco with Deagles, would you believe?
He actually got a mid-air P250 air headshot on him. That was completely insane, both from Happy and Apex, and Fnatic cannot be happy with that round at all.
Just ridiculous round from LDLC. Round 7, watch it on the VOD, play it back over and over again. Fabulous individual skills to win the French the 7th round. They now lead 5-2. Hasn't quite pushed Fnatic off to eco level just yet. They're okay this round. A feeling they might not be the next one, and they've already lost a man as well. Make that 2. Freeze dropped in the mid by Super Fighter. And a 5v3 now in favour of LDLC. They'd lost their way a little bit after 2 very good rounds of Fnatic play. But now it's gone back on the seesaw again.
Maybe Cpix can manage to pull an ace off again, who knows?
Yeah, he's been big so far. Have a look at the scoreboard at the end of the game on your screen.
Happy's in a great position right now.
He really is in a fantastic position, as long as he doesn't keep getting flashed, which is what's happening to him right now. Grenade, I think they know where he is because they put 2 grenades and 2 flashes in there, and he's down to 31 and dropped by Modi. Was in a great place. Didn't work out for him. We're now at 3 versus 3. Time ticking away. 20 seconds remaining here. Got to get the bomb planted on that bomb site right now. Zip's taking a lot of damage here. Modi, though, picks up the kill on Maniac. It's now a 3 versus 2. Bomb about to go down with 10 seconds remaining. And LDLC now only have 1 man left. Super Fighter now, last man standing, picks up 1 in a 1 versus 3. Can't get the next 2. Trace wins the round, and Fnatic take round 8.
And I don't know what LDLC, we can actually hear them arguing behind us right now.
Yeah, well, let's have a listen actually to them.
Allez, go doucement les mecs, allez.
Je reste les mid. Vincent, t'es tout seul, go l'aider, allez là les mecs. On se réveille là, on fait défense, c'est des noobs.
Je passe transfert. Je vais à la reprise là les mecs.
Well, as you can see, they're not happy. Not happy at all. I mean, it doesn't matter what language you listen to, they're not happy.
And I definitely think Happy is not happy since he didn't manage to get a single frag from that great position he was in.
Here we go then, round number 9. And Zip waiting to push out onto that balcony, has 1 man behind him as well. Modi's going to push in from the entry area, and they've got a clean exit into this A bomb site. Bomb is not quite ready to be planted, and they do have cover here, so bomb will go down momentarily in the corner. So a safer plant from Fnatic, and Maniac missed his opportunity really to pick up that frag, and Modi will pick off him instead. And they've got a 4 versus 2, but 2 of them have 3 points of health each. And somehow, Zip has got himself 2 more in this round. Can he get a 3rd? Freeze can pick off SF. Doesn't matter how many points of health you've got. 3's enough. And Fnatic pick up their 4th from 9.
And I really feel like Fnatic has found the weak spot in LDLC's defense. They're just pushing A, and we saw their LDLC try to play more defensively because in the previous rounds they just got out-aimed from Fnatic, and they said, okay, let's just try to retake the bomb site. And now that didn't work out, maybe they're out of options. Let's see if they have a plan B or something.
Okay, round 10. And this one is still very finely poised. It is still the most balanced map we have in current competitive play. It's a 52-48 CT map. There is no other map in the pool right now that has that level of balance, and there's no other player in the server right now who has that kind of poise going into a bomb site. Modi picking up the opening kill on an eco here. They've got a couple of Deagles, but we've seen this before. Modi gets his 2nd of the round. Doesn't look like we're going to be seeing the magic pistols of LDLC this time round. Modi's got himself his hat-trick, And this should be GG any moment now because Happy will be the last alive, and we should be tied up at 5-5. Your feelings and thoughts so far? Now we've seen 10 and it's all tied up.
I think Fnatic will run away with this right now. I mean, it looks like LDLC has nothing they can do on the A bomb site. I mean, they just get completely out-aimed. I mean, 2 times Fnatic had a 3 versus 5, and they just walked out up on A and just won the round, almost like flawlessly after that. So I really think LDLC has to have some new ideas about how they're going to defend that A bomb site.
See on the scoreboard, Molly with 12, Zip with 12. They're the 2 big frag leaders so far. Carrigan, though, 1 for 8. Struggling a little bit. He was one of the players who had to replace equipment. And we get a chance to talk about that in the break. We will talk about it because it does make a difference. I mean, you know, someone was saying, well, he's playing with pretty much the same mouse as he was before, but it pretty much and is the same mouse is different.
Yes, very, very different.
The men in mid coming under fire here from LDLC. Fnatic trying to control that mid area, but Carrigan not having any joy. He's only got a single kill so far from the 10 rounds. And again, you saw him under pressure there in that mid area. Modi's now going to try and break into the A bomb site once more. Here comes the smoke. That's where he's going to throw it.
Apex is very aggressive down there. And
yeah, and if he pops out now, he'll pick himself up a free smoke kill.
I mean, the only bad thing about this position is he's probably not going to get more than 1 frag. Let's hope I'm wrong.
Smoke's deployed. Still waiting. Flash is going. Apex very, very blind right now and gets easily picked off by Trace and Zip. But Happy, they line up nicely for him. He picks up the first 2, not the third. Modi replying back. He gets disposed of. Does he? No. Zip actually gets picked off by SF. 2 versus 2. Bomb planted at A yet again. They've just decided, you know what? B bomb site, you keep it. We don't want it. We're going to break into the A every round. And they've done so brilliantly. This time round, though, LDLC dropped by Carrigan. Can he get a second? No, he can't. Maniac into the bomb site. And despite the fact that Fnatic have produced a perfect entry to that A bomb site, a brilliant take back by LDLC.
Yeah, you really summarized that round right there. I mean, Fnatic still managed to get that A bomb site very, very easily, but it was just a clutch play from the 2 remaining LDLC players. And I actually think Fnatic will keep going on that A bomb site because they're getting it so easily.
So, LDLC again take the lead in this topsy-turvy match. We had a very close first map, and the second one doesn't look any differently on the most balanced map of the lot.
And as we can see, as we saw in the overview there, they're actually playing defensively on A now, just trying to go for the retake. Yeah.
They've sat back. They've almost invited them onto the site. Double smoke over towards CT spawn. And over towards ramp now. Here come the defensive flashes and grenades. All hell breaking loose in towards this A bomb site right now. Modi trying to sit back and pick them off. He gets 1. Zip gets a second. Make that, no, not quite a third. Then we're now at a 4 versus 3. Make that 3 versus 3. Head to head from Carrigan, and Maniac is won by the Frenchman. And now Modi at the side. Double from him. Freeze picks up 1 as well. It's now a 1 versus 1. And Modi cleans up the last man. And yet again, it's come down to a 1 versus 1. This time round, it's the Scandinavians that win it.
I don't know what LDLC can do right now. I mean, they managed to have all 5 players alive for the retake, but I feel like if you play defensively, you have to at least do some damage before they get the bomb down. At least 2 terrorists must have under 40 HP, or else it's going to be so hard to manage to do that retake.
So, round 13, unlucky for some. It's unlucky in many ways for LDLC because they're on a save right now. Saw the boost up there. Modi's going to get the opening kill. He's been very effective on this ramp entrance.
I can hear him calling to his teammates that they're on eco now.
Oh my goodness. Well, they move that one nicely, and they do get the kill. Freeze replying back now. Bomb Man's going to make his way in towards the bomb site. Strapped to the back of Freeze. Zip picks up another one. And now this one's looking much more like a straightforward eco. Ooh, Carrigan almost got caught out, was saved by his teammate. And now Happy, all down to him on a 4v1. Best he can think of here is grab a gun and maybe a kill, but he'll do well to do either.
I mean, Fnatic is still pretty low on money since all the weapon round has been, as you said earlier, like 3-1-1 situation or something. So 1 or 2 kills here from Happy can actually be quite decisive in the last rounds in this half. It could force Fnatic to another eco. But maybe it gets one. No.
No. Not happening.
Yeah, so I feel like Fnatic will have money for at least one more round. Or yeah, it will be the last 2 rounds, so the economy for them doesn't matter anymore right now. And we actually see another eco from LDLC. Double eco late in a game. It's very, very unusual.
So Fnatic leading 7-6 here. As we said earlier on, it's the single most balanced map of the lot in the pool right now. So any score really around 8-7, 9-6 either way is perfectly fine. Doesn't really tell us anything about the following side. That does tell us a lot though. Fnatic pick up 1, 2, 3 in a row. Happy now the last man alive here in a 3v1 again. Again, because he's the man over at B. He must be bored out of his tiny mind at B, because they just haven't hit B in since the 3rd round or something. And they've left him over there in a 4-1 split every round and still lost the A-bomb site.
As I said earlier, like I don't know what they can do. I mean, they don't know what they can do. If they just take that bomb site so easily and you can't out-aim them, it's just very, very hard. Maybe they should just like try having 3 guys focused on one of the entrances to A, like having 3 guys going aggressive slope, and just let the other Fnatic players come out of the house, or vice versa.
8-6 then, last round of the half. And for those asking why we're not playing on New Mirage, well, there's numerous answers to that, but the official one is of course that we've been playing this version of Mirage all season long. It would therefore be unfair to change to the new version halfway through the season or even at the end of the season, so we're sticking with what we had before.
And we see a B push right now.
Yeah, we are going to see something slightly different here. They are going to try and push in towards this B bomb site, but that's playing right into the hands of LDLC, but they've done well here. Zip and Carrigan, both that got themselves in there. Kenny S unusually missing an AWP shot, doesn't miss the second one, which was harder. The unscope wasn't pulled off. Moddy picks him out, and now we've got a 3 versus 2. 8-6 to Fnatic, nicely balanced as well. If they can pick this one up though, that 3-round advantage could be all they need on such a tight map. Freeze gets one, Happy replying in the middle of that, and now Apex is the last alive. He's picked off by Carrigan, and the Scandinavians, the Scandies, the Danes and the Swedes, no matter what you want to call them, they have the lead at the half. It's 9-6.
Yeah, and I really feel like SF lost them the round, the LDLC that round. I mean, they had 2 guys at B, even though they went A every round. SF was in a great position, and he didn't manage to get a single frag, and that basically lost them the round. So I could actually hear him hitting his keyboard after that.
Yeah,
he died there, so.
I think there was a sensation of fist connecting with keys.
Yeah. So yeah, 9-6. I mean, it is the most even map. Statistically.
Yeah, but 9-6 is a decent score. I mean, you know, when you bear in mind that statistically speaking, it's an 8-7 CT map.
Okay, yeah, then
so 9-6 on T is actually a really positive scoreline for them. If it'd been the other way around, you probably wouldn't have worried about it too much. But I don't know. Well, I mean, we've seen Fnatic kind of flip against the stats in both maps so far. So just to confirm, they are just 7 rounds away right now from taking their position in the semi-finals for the 2nd consecutive season. Here we go in round number 1 of the second half.
A very slow pistol here from LDLC, but the bomb is towards the house, so we're probably gonna see a B push, maybe A fake to B push, I would say.
Oh dear me, Moddy caught out in mid as dropped first by SF. Apex got himself a double. He is just a fantastic Glock player, and he's just shown us why. 2 from him, and now Zip and Carrigan will be the last 2 alive, and they'll know that actually they have an advantage. Carrigan's just going to walk into the gun of Happy, and they are dropping right now very quickly. Zip will be the last man alive. They've double faked them because they've gone round the back here. Zip's also excellent with the pistol, but he can't take on everyone. And then a 4-man win in round number 1. LDLC pull it back to 7-9.
And interesting fact, of all 4 pistol rounds this far, all was won by the terrorists. And I mean,
we were saying earlier,
only Glocks.
Yes.
I mean, the Glock is, I don't want to use the word overpowered, but it's a bit overpowered.
It's a nice tweet there from GetRight.
Yeah.
You may have heard of him. He's some sort of random Swedish player.
Yeah.
He says the observer, Josh Steele-Nissan, doing a great job. I'd like to echo that as well.
Yeah, really, really good job. Really helpful for us as well. It's very, very hard to observe and cast at the same time.
You can say that again. 9-7 Fnatic leading. And as I said earlier on, 7 more rounds will secure them their place in the semi-final. They were finalists last season, losing out to NIP in the end. Many people argued they had the easier run through. There's a fantastic shot from Happy there, just underneath the window. Catching out Freese. And they're going to move in towards this A-bomb site right now as SF gets himself a headshot onto Carrigan. As you can see, it's always a difficult entry. You never quite know where to look at. And there was a perfect example of that right there as we dropped into the site. Where do I look first? Left, right, north, south, east, west? Didn't matter though. They've controlled the site. Zip's going to be the last man to fall, and that'll be a straightforward eco bash. And another round on the board to LDLC. There's never been much between these two teams all the way through both maps.
No, that's true actually, and I want to point out the difference in anti-ecos. I mean, LDLC has, I mean, they only lost like 1 or 2 players maximum. Fnatic has lost 2 ecos in this 2 maps, so LDLC, at least they're winning the anti-eco statistics, or what you can call it.
The clock was, of course, nerfed a little bit recently in a patch, but it seemed to have made much difference in terms of statistics for professional teams who still continue to win T-sided pistols, although nothing wrong with the CT pistols either in the hands of Zip, is there? Nicely done. He's got himself a frag. Carrigan with the other one. Oh, that one's going to fall. There was a mixture of grenade and Galil there, which combined nicely. Maniac waiting for any peek from either window or door. And Carrigan and Modi, the last 2 alive, with the bomb planted here at the B bomb site this time round, just to prove that LDLC can do what Fnatic couldn't. I think I saw a single successful push on B.
Yeah. Well, the last round.
Apart from the last round.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But maybe it was more like, it's going so well on A, there's no reason to change it up.
Yep.
Like, just keep doing what works.
Yeah. And this one's definitely going to work. Modi's going to stay here for some exit kills, but, well, he might as well leave because he's going to die in a minute anyway.
And there we go. They only lost 2 players. They're keeping up the good work on their anti-ecos.
Yeah, they are, and that's showing in their money position right now as well. Very healthy looking bank accounts for the LDLC Frenchmen. We're all tied up at 9-9 in our second map of the opening quarterfinal of the RaidCall EMS 1 Cup Finals. And Fnatic still need 7 more rounds to go through to the semi-final. Oh, that's a little bit awkward in mid. Flash came out and Kenny S. It's one of those times when you just click the button because you know you're flashed, but you know where your aim was. And fortunately for him, he didn't because he had a teammate right in front of him.
It's a split here from LDLC. We didn't see Fnatic do this a single round, so quite interesting.
Indeed. Apex actually just had 2 points of health, so that was a straightforward grenade kill in the end. 1 for 1. Minute remaining here in round number 19. Which way is it going? Fnatic or LDLC? They're just keeping us guessing right now because there is no way to separate these 2 teams. They've been very, very evenly matched, and that's despite all of the stories and talk before these teams took their place in the quarterfinal. LDLC seemingly the more settled of the 2. Boot camped nicely. Kenny S on fire. Team really stepping up. Best team in the league of RaidCall EMS 1 this season. Most ranking points. 3rd, 4th at DreamHack. And then you put that on the flip side. Fnatic go out in the group stages at DreamHack. Potentially have lineup issues, motivation issues, practice issues. Maybe this is their last tournament together as the 5. And they also then lose their luggage with their equipment in, and then you think, well, actually, there's nothing between them. Trace right now, lined up brilliantly, 2 in a row. Tap, 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 see you later, go Team LDLC, into the B-bomb site, and Happy will be picked off by Zip. and that's a massive round for Fnatic.
I don't like to trash players or anything, but like the decision making from LDLC that round was very, very poor. I mean, Happy took
it's okay, Threat. You don't hold back. You can just say that they were playing like noobs that round, because that was stupid.
I mean, they had a 4v2. Happy had the A bomb site for like 30 seconds, and they still decided to go B, knowing that's the most likely place the last Fnatic players were going to save their weapons. So like, I don't know, they had the time to just round back in T-spawn. Even if there would be like 5 seconds left to plant, it wouldn't have been like 100% safe.
Daft. Absolutely daft. Thrown an almost certain round away, and when you do that, and ooh, Freeze, well, he had 3 to choose from. Decided to wait, and didn't get the pick in mid. Now Apex going aggressive here onto ramp, in towards the A bomb site. Freeze on the other side is trying to protect them from 2 angles right now, as Apex will just wait for Modi to come round. Picks off the first and the second. Brilliant entry work from Apex. He might get a third. He does! Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant work from Apex. And LDLC, well, if they were miffed at losing the last round, they're showing it with pure anger in this round, because they are not going to lose round number 20. This one is heading for a 10-10 scoreline.
I don't know what to say, like, pure individual skill won that round. Great play from Apex. I really felt they needed that round after they lost the previous round.
I'm not quite sure how Zip got away with that, but he did with just 24 points of health. He's got himself an AK, and I'm pretty sure that's all he's going to get out of this, and he might even get spotted here. 2 men making their way towards him. He's going to be pincered here. Oh, Apex does pick up a 4-man in the round, and he deserved it as well. We're all tied up at 10-10.
Yeah, it's fun to see LDLC trying to go through that connector area. It's actually quite uncommon to go there, but I mean, as we saw there, Apex managed to get 3 kills, and 2 of the Fnatic players looked like they wasn't really ready for someone to come through there so early in the round.
Let's just have a quick listen into Fnatic's team radio. So, a huge amount going on there. Translations?
I have a really hard time understanding Danish, I'm sorry.
I have a really hard time understanding Fnatic.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll have a listen into LDLC. They're very passionate. It doesn't really matter what language you do know or don't know. Oh, look at this. Freeze coming round the back here, in towards the bomb site. And, well, Freeze is now the last man alive. He's picked off by Apex in the end. He's got himself another double in the round. And a quick check at the scoreboard reveals that Apex is 22 for 13 in this game. He's really picked it up after a couple in the last round, 3 in the previous one, 4 in the previous one. Modi 21, Zip 21. But look at that, Carrigan and Freeze 7 apiece. I don't like concentrating on frags, but when there's that much of a gap, that really is a problem.
Yeah,
likewise,
for sure.
Maniac has 8 points on the other side, so.
Yeah, but still, maybe he was the guy defending B the last half.
Yep.
Not much you can do then.
Yep, absolutely he was. Let's quick listening to LDLC.
Je flash le mid. TT transfert, attention. Là. Loupé.
Sounds pretty settled in there. They're not shouting. They're not arguing like they were in the previous couple of rounds. And they are in the lead, of course. 11-10 right now. Is this going to be 12-10? Kenny S bursting into the ramp area of A to get rid of Modi. Not on an eco this round either. Fnatic have 2 FAMAS, 2 M4s, or did have 2 M4s, and an AWP in the hands of Freeze. And we haven't really seen the battle I was hoping to see, which was Freeze versus Kenny S, those AWP v AWP battles.
Kerrigan is a very strange position, considering he's alone. Yeah, just go down right away.
Yeah, dropped easily. Oh, and Freeze missed the AWP shot as well. Didn't miss the second one, but he is dispatched by SF. And we've now got a 3 versus 2, but look at Kenny S and SF. They're very low right now. So it would only take a quick kill here. Oh, through the smoke, Trace does get the kill. Maniac drops as well. And Kenny S now last man alive. It's gone from being a 3v2 to a 2v1. And Kenny S, look at the health bar.
10 seconds as well.
Time, a factor. The plant's going to come in. Trace is going to pick up an easy kill here. And Fnatic tires back up yet again. This is just too close to call.
Yeah, 11-11, and let's just state this might be one of the reasons why people don't want to change Mirage. Like, it's it's perfectly balanced right now. I feel like it's figured out, but still there's so many things people can still figure out. So it's a perfect balance.
You're right. I mean, we do see an alteration of tactics. I think the original Fnatic lineup, well, one of the best on here. It's what we called the Legend B, the Forest Ledge, because Forest was able to develop a tactic there with the angles that were absolutely phenomenal, and then copied forevermore. Freeze opens things up. Actually, Carrigan got the first one. Zip's got the second as well. Maniac will drop to a second AWP shot from Freeze. Happy will be the last alive. And Fnatic this time are going to roll through this one without losing a single man. At least so far.
Yeah,
probably the most one-sided round we've seen of the entire game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Happy's just going to look for some frags right now because he doesn't want Fnatic to win a flawless round. That would be absolutely horrible for LDLC. And a flawless round. I would really like to see the money now for both of the teams.
Yeah, let's have a look at that money. Well, it's not great for LDLC. Yeah. They're not going to be on a buy this one, that's for sure.
I actually think they're going for an eco.
Maybe they already had.
Yeah, they haven't even bought, so they're on an eco. So we're going to probably see 13 to 11 in favor of Fnatic.
And that's kind of okay because of the way that the rounds are working. They wouldn't want to be on an eco after this round because then they would literally be surrendering at least a draw. So they've got to do something here. But it started to slip away from them. Similar, in a way, to the first map in the Fnatic round. They're just destroying them right now. This is going to be another flawless round. And is this 10 kills in a row without reply? Yes, it is. Confirmed by the AWP of Freeze. The big green does its work. And Fnatic can now stretch out to 13-11. Very similar to the first map in that, you know, very close all the way through, and then suddenly, we said about it in the first match, Fnatic find that extra land gear that they've had, pardon the pun, because they haven't got their gear here as such, but the gear in terms of speed seem to go to another level.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, it just shows how much momentum means for these teams. I mean, they always seem like the teams string the rounds together.
What about experience? I mean, you know, experience for a Fnatic in this position. They've been here many, many times, both 1.6 here in Counter-Strike Global Offensive as well.
Yeah, but they've always been kind of a monumental team. I mean, if they do bad, they usually lose quite big. So.
Oh my goodness. Well, the grenade didn't work out. The shots didn't work out either, and suddenly LDLC come back into this round when really they probably should have already lost it. Fnatic now trying to convert this one into a 14-11 lead. Zip going huge on Maniac, as they now have a 3 versus 2. Apex very short of health too. Having already picked himself up 2 kills is busy trial. We didn't spot Trace, who'd moved in towards that A bomb site, and now Happy again finding himself as the last alive, and again finds 3 Fnatic players standing in front of him to win the round. And it's not gonna be happening for him. Freeze gets himself another one, and Fnatic move to 14-11. And I also think that's an eco, is it? Possibly.
I think they have to buy this round.
I think they have to buy. You're right. Yeah, they do. So not quite a full buy. They are going to have. Well, they've managed to get four AKs amongst them. Not a full complement of flashes and grenades as you would expect with the money being an issue. They've got to try and save this one because if they lose this one, it's pretty much GG afterwards at 15-11 in any case. So. Huge round here. Fnatic need 2 for the semi-finals in a 2-0 sweep against the best team of the RaidCall EMS1 regular season. A team who have figured in 6 of the 8 cups throughout RaidCall history so far, but haven't delivered when it's mattered most. And right now, are down to 4 men here. Modi starting things off nicely for Fnatic. Carrigan waiting just underneath the balcony. Does he get the first one? He does. They did pick up 2 kills in the mixture of that. Modi's got himself a second one as well. Maniac now the last man alive, and surely he's going to fall any moment now. Just spray through that smoke. Flip him on the forehead with your finger, and Maniac will drop down, and Fnatic will move to match point as well as map point.
Yeah, this round is over. I mean, I don't understand why LDLC stopped doing their split through the connector, the rounds they won. They feel like they're stubborn and just want to push a bomb site, and they're just getting completely out-aimed by Fnatic every single round.
Incredible. I had this down, without any disrespect to Fnatic or their players, I had this one down on form as a Fnatic 2-0 loss. Right now, they are a round away from making this a 2-0 sweep against LDLC and going into the second consecutive semi-final in the RaidCall EMS 1 Cup.
Yeah, the last few rounds it actually looked quite easy for Fnatic. I feel like LDLC just, I don't know what they're doing right now. I think they should go back to the way they played in the first rounds this half, where they split A through the connector. The round where Apex got like 3 kills.
Yeah, well, they've got to do something, because right now they've got a sporadic set of weapons, an eclectic mix of them. There's a Galil, pistol, 3 AKs. I'm not sure what Kenny had. Did he have a Galil? Yeah, he did. So 2 Galils for them. They've started off nicely, though. Superfighter has picked up the opening kill in mid. Hope springs, well, I don't know if it's eternal, but it's something right now. Fnatic searching for one more round and a place in the semi-finals. Not happening right now, though. Apex again going huge for LDLC. Exactly when he needs to, but 2 picked off by Zip and Carrigan. They're going to get another one here. Happy should win that one. Somehow hasn't won it, and surely he's going to pick him off. No, Kenny S comes back round the side. Freeze replying back. It's now a 2 versus 2. Freeze is going to come round the corner. Oh my goodness, it's down to 1v1. And amazingly, Freeze captures it, and Fnatic claim a historic victory over LDLC by 2 games to 0.
What an absolutely insane last round. I feel like all the players were just running into the connector and just dying one by one. It was absolutely ridiculous. And Freeze managed to hit that last shot. It's quite crazy.
Well, you never count Fnatic out when they're at a major LAN or a major tournament. Ever count them out, no matter what their issues, no matter what their form, no matter what news afflicts them, no matter how much baggage is lost, no matter how much luggage is lost with equipment in it. Never ever count Fnatic out. And right now, that could never have been confirmed any better. The congratulations are exchanged, good sportsmanship from both teams as you'd expect. But LDLC, disappointing I have to say, in this quarter-final. Kenny S will be no doubt very disappointed indeed. And all the odds stacked against them. Well, it just shows you, it doesn't matter for Fnatic.
Yeah,
They'll still show that fighting spirit.
LDLC, I mean, they didn't show the same game they showed at DreamHack. I don't know what happened. I mean, maybe it is what we talked about earlier, that now the pressure is on them. On DreamHack, they were the underdogs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, they finished their 4th at DreamHack. Fnatic went out in the groups. Everyone was saying how bad Fnatic were, how poorly they played. There was no team cohesion, there was no team play, no communication. Looked like they were on the verge of breakup. And then suddenly, they come here with all of that on their shoulders and play fantastically well. And it wasn't like it was a clean sweep. I mean, it was 2-0 in scores of maps, but they were both very evenly matched throughout the game. It was just that little something extra towards the end about. We spoke about it, didn't we, before we came on it, that extra gear that Fnatic haven't used recently, and yet somehow today they really had it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, Fnatic showed really, really great aim on both maps, combined with LDLC having a bit of miscommunication, I would say. I mean, they just looked kind of shaky, and I've been in these situations before. If you go into a game and you're like, it's presumed that you're going to win. You have a different mindset.
Yeah. I would say it's probably the same the other way around when you're expected to lose
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
I mean, pressure off. I mean, Fnatic probably just sat back there and went, you know what, it's really hard for us to win this. We're probably not expected to win now, especially as we've lost all of our equipment. Let's just have some fun.
Yeah, and we saw actually that on the knife round. We saw LDLC being like super serious on the and Modi was
running around like Batman.
Yeah.
So, there we have it. LDLC crashing out of the RaidCall EMS1 quarterfinals. They went one better than last season by making the quarterfinals. They do go home with $2,000, of course. But it's Fnatic that advance on to the semi-finals for the second consecutive season.
Where they're going to play either Very Games or Copenhagen Wolves.
Absolutely, which they'll be fine with. They'll be absolutely fine with. So we've got the Copenhagen Wolves Very Games coming up next. But before we get there, we've got a little bit more for you in terms of content. Here's Sean with one of the winners.
Well, wow. Have a few words to say, but I am lucky enough to be joined now with Modi here, who just made his way straight to the semis for the second time in these summer EMS1 RaidCall finals. Modi, how did that feel for you?
Feeling just great, awesome. It's nice to be in the semifinals again.
And going into this, there were a couple of people that were saying, okay, maybe you're the underdogs. They were seeing LDLC kind of take it. Did that have effect on you?
No, it's cool. We like to be the underdogs. I've been there a few times before, so it fits us, I guess.
Was there any particular point which you said, okay, now things are swinging in my favor? Because especially in the first, you guys were kind of ebbing back and forth with points.
No, I don't know. We started on bad sides on every map, and luckily we got 9 rounds above terrorist sides, so it's pretty nice. It was okay for us.
And now going into the semis, do you have a preference for who you'd see in the next roundup?
It doesn't matter. The best team is going to win. So hopefully we can play against Very Games and beat the other friends, but yeah, I don't really mind.
Well, Marty, thanks for talking to us, and the best of luck moving forward. It was a phenomenal game, so stick around. There's going to be a lot more action from the guys from Fnatic. If you're watching at home and you want to get involved, get over to the RaidCall channel, 1997. That's the year the ESL was founded, and you can ask questions, get involved. One of the ones that's come through to us already is if the loss of gear had a worry for them. Was that an issue for you guys, the loss of the gear?
We were a little bit unfocused and we couldn't calm down because we didn't know if we could play with other gears, but I guess it worked out.
Now, just to give a backstory here, as far as I know, you guys actually went next door where we're doing League of Legends as well and actually took gear from the Fnatic League of Legends team. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct. We didn't even have our Fnatic shirts. So they needed to bring, so we borrowed the League of Legends shirts and gear, and so we could play this game. So,
but do you think maybe that also took a little bit of the edge off, or how did that factor into you guys preparing for things?
We were a little bit confused because we didn't really knew if we could play with because we weren't 100% sure if we could get the gear that we wanted. So we were a little bit confused and we couldn't 100% focus, but we got a gear 1 hour before, and after that we just refocused and calmed down and we sat and talked a little bit, and yeah, we won the game.
Well, that's it. Winning the game, cruising through to the semis, gear, no gear, it doesn't seem to matter. Modi's the man, he's on point, but getting ready for the next setup. Let's go over and talk to our good friends Threat and Redeye. Over to you guys. Oh no, I apologize. Over to you, please, dear Pansy.
So welcome. Obviously, when there's one winner, there sadly has to be a loser, but I am joined by Apex. Now, obviously, there was a standout round for me on Mirage. With you and Happy, you locked it down. You only had a deagle and a pistol, I believe, between you. So hopefully we can get this up on video, and you can kind of take us through that round and how you guys felt, how you guys handled it, and why don't you just take us through, in your opinion, how this went down and how you somehow managed to dethrone Fnatic in this round.
So we knew they rushed B because we offed the A site. So after that, Happy told me to retake the short, and I was run and I made 3 really good headshots, and we won the Echo.
Indeed. So really impressive play for you guys. Obviously, it didn't work out too well overall in the end. Bit of a shame. Team LDLC, you put up a really good fight, so hopefully, you guys can pick yourself back up and go forward and, do just as well. But that's pretty much it for now, but do stay tuned, don't go anywhere folks, because there'll be some incredible games in just a moment.
Oh yeah, they call me double clues, 'cause I don't go outside for nothing. No one is gonna make me leave this room. Oh no, they can't tell me nothing. No way, you see I'm being a fool. Yes, so I don't care about being cool. What's it to you? If I just stay here in this hole that I've fallen into. Oh yeah, they call me double clues, 'cause I don't go outside for nothing. No one is gonna make me leave this room. Oh no, they can't tell me nothing. No way, you see I'm being a fool. Yes, so I don't care about being cool. What's it to you? If I just stay here in this hole that I'm falling into. Oh yeah, they call me double clue, 'cause I don't go outside. wash my skin on my head and call me a recluse. They ain't gonna remove or cut me loose from this place. I'm locked in hiding. Like a rock, I won't move, cause you know I got unused to the space that I'm occupying. There really ain't anything out there on the ring that enjoy more than seeing me crying. So I do it in my room where none of these goons can see me, though I know they've been trying. Out for this shit, I'm a coward, I admit I never been no big thing. The thought of killing makes me sick, but I don't wanna be no victim. No way, not Strickland. So I just stay in my cell like I'm Britain and hope that stops me from getting kicked in. Even if it earns me this nickname in prison. Oh yeah, they call me double poo, double poo, double poo, double poo, double poo.